Hello viewers, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. Today's recipe is a lovely cutlet recipe. I'm sure we've tried several cutlets like vegetable cutlet, paneer cutlet, chicken, fish. Today I'm going to show you how to make mutton cutlets. The first step is to pressure cook the meat. I have about 250 grams of minced meat, that is mutton, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon coriander powder, half teaspoon garam masala and 1 teaspoon salt. I'm adding 1 cup of water. Just adding a little more. It should be enough to cook the meat. Cook for about 4 to 5 whistles. Add 1 tablespoon of oil. To this, I'm just going to add a few fennel seeds, cloves of garlic chopped, ginger 1 piece chopped fine, 1 green chili chopped, 1 large onion finely chopped. Add a few curry leaves. Potato that's boiled, I've just cut it up roughly. I'm going to add this. The meat is cooked beautifully, you can see, well cooked. I'm going to just transfer this meat to the saucepan. You need to cook till all the water evaporates and you get a nice dry mixture. Add some chopped coriander leaves and mix it in. So now you can see there's no excess moisture, no water left. Everything is completely evaporated. It's nice and dry. Cool the mixture completely and then we'll start making cutlets. Now I'm just going to mix the cooked mince along with the potatoes so you won't have big lumps. And you need to cook the potatoes well, they have to be nice and soft. So if you feel it's a little wet, a little more moisture, you can add a teaspoon or 2 of breadcrumbs to get the right consistency. So make even size patties. Don't make them too thick or too thin. This is the right size, you can see. I'm just going to dip it in the egg wash and gently roll it onto the breadcrumbs. Make sure you cover it on all sides with breadcrumbs and keep it on a separate plate. I'm going to refrigerate this for about 10 minutes and then we will be shallow frying the patties. So after refrigerating for about 10 minutes, you can see the breadcrumbs. So when you shallow fry it, they won't fall off. So I'm just going to gently press them. Just make sure it's all even. Place the cutlets into the pan. Gently turn them over. So once the cutlets are done on both sides, remove them from the oil. Place it in a plate with some tissue on it. Here are these delicious mutton cutlets. I'm sure you're waiting to actually try them. Yes, they are absolutely delicious. You can have it with ketchup or as it is. They're very, very nice. I've made different kinds of biryanis, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. And to the list of biryanis, today I'm going to add another special biryani, that is Keema biryani. 1/4 cup oil. I have 4 onions that have been sliced thinly. Just fry them till they are nice and brown. The onions are beautifully browned. You can see they're lovely and crispy. This is how you want your onions to be for the biryani. Cook the rice. Take a pot of water, boil it. You need good quality basmati rice, 500 grams. So I've soaked the rice for about 30 minutes in water. 2 teaspoons of salt. I have some whole spices here. I'm going to add the bay leaf, 3 cardamom pods, green cardamom, 2 black cardamom, a piece of mace, a piece of star anise, some cinnamon and some cloves, a teaspoon of oil. Cook the rice till it's 3/4 done. The rice is 3/4 cooked, about 80%. I'm going to turn off the stove and strain this into another bowl and keep it aside. 1 tablespoon ghee, 1 tablespoon oil, 1 large onion that's been finely chopped, 1 green chilli, finely chopped. When the onions are transparent, add 2 teaspoons ginger garlic paste. Saute the onions till they are brown in color. 2 tomatoes, it's finely chopped. Half teaspoon turmeric powder. 2 teaspoons chilli powder. If you like it a little spicy, you can add another teaspoon. 1 teaspoon garam masala. 1 teaspoon coriander powder. Salt 1 teaspoon. So I have about 500 grams of minced meat, that is half kilo. So cook the meat till it turns brown and all the excess moisture is evaporated. The meat has been cooking for about 15 minutes now. You can see all the excess moisture is evaporated. I'm going to add half cup of yogurt that I've just gently whisked. Close the pot and let it cook for about 15 minutes. You can see the meat is cooked beautifully. It's very soft and tender. Check for seasoning, and if you need, just season it. Reduce the flame. I'm going to use the same pot. Make sure the meat is spread evenly in the pot on all sides. A handful of mint leaves. Add a handful of coriander leaves. A handful of fried onions. Add the rice. The flame should be on low, completely on low for this. So once you've added the rice, just evenly spread it. Mint leaves, a few coriander leaves, saffron milk. Finally, remaining fried onions on top. Close it. Seal it with some dough on all sides. Little opening here, so I'm going to seal that as well, just to make sure all the steam is intact. Keep it in dum for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, turn off the stove. Don't open it immediately. Let it sit for another 5 minutes. Well, that looks absolutely incredible. So before I serve it, I'm just going to drizzle 2 to 3 teaspoons of ghee onto the rice to give you that lovely rich flavor. So now you can mix it. Here is this absolutely delectable and delicious Keema biryani. I'm sure you can't wait to try this, but I can't wait to try it. I'm going to have my little bowl of Keema biryani now. You guys check the recipe and try it at home. Enjoy with your family. Recipe is a lovely spicy mutton pepper masala. While waiting, let's get started. So first I'm going to make a paste of starting with ginger. Just pound it. Add about 10 cloves of garlic. Add 4 green chilies and pound. So there is the pound ginger, garlic and green chili. So here I have about 1 kilo of boneless mutton. So I'm going to mix a few ingredients into the mutton pieces and rub it into it. Starting with the pounded ginger, garlic and green chili, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 whole teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 whole teaspoon coriander powder, salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper. So here is a lovely spice rub that you're going to rub into the mutton pieces. Next I'm going to add 2 medium-sized tomatoes that have been finely chopped. Now rub this into the pieces as well. You can let that sit for about 30 minutes minimum, or you can leave it for an hour, and then we'll cook the mutton. Take a pressure cooker, pour a little oil, about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add 2 onions that have been sliced. Add a few curry leaves. Saute the onions till they're about golden brown in color. So now you can see the onions are turning golden brown in color. The mutton has been marinating for about 1 hour now. You can see all the juices are oozing out from the pieces. Pour a little water and pressure cook it for about 7 to 8 whistles till the meat is nice and tender. So the mutton is cooked beautifully. Check for seasoning and add some salt if required. So now I'm going to just cook the meat till all the excess water is evaporated and you get a lovely thick masala. Turn off the stove. You can see all the extra water or moisture is evaporated well. It will have a lovely thick masala now. Finally, garnish it with some pepper. So here is a lovely dish that you can make. You can either have it with some steamed rice or with some nice chapati or rotis. It goes well with both. So do try this dish and enjoy it. Today's recipe is a very simple starter, snack, whatever you can call it. It's South Indian style mutton Kola Urundai. It's none other than meatballs, but this is made differently. So let's get started and check out how we're going to make this. So take a wide saucepan, add a little oil, a teaspoon of fennel seeds, a teaspoon of poppy seeds or gus-gus, a few roughly chopped cashew nuts. Next, I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of roasted chana dal. To this, I'm going to add a piece of ginger that's been cut up, a few cloves of garlic chopped, 2 large green chilies cut up. Add a few cloves, 1 large onion that's been chopped. Add a few curry leaves, 2 tablespoons of fresh grated coconut. I have 500 grams of minced mutton here. I'm going to add that. So we're going to cook the meat. You don't have to add any water to this. I'm going to season it with some salt. You can see all the extra moisture is evaporated. I'm going to turn off the stove. We're going to cool this mixture. So now the mixture is cooled completely. I'm going to grind this in a mixer. So now I've ground this meat mixture into a nice fine consistency without adding any water to this. You need to get a nice fine mixture. You can see this, how nicely I've ground this. I've cracked open 1 egg. Just gently whisk it. Pour this into the meat mixture. A few finely chopped coriander leaves. Mix it well so the egg is combined well into the meat mixture. Now this egg will help it to bind well and it'll be easy when you fry them. You can check for seasoning at this point before frying. If you need a little salt, you can add it. Take a little bit of the meat mixture. You don't want to make it too large. You're just going to make small sized. So this size is perfect. So make sure the oil is hot. Just gently place it into the oil. This very special mutton Kola Urundai. Do try this lovely recipe and enjoy it with your family and friends. You can get a copy of our first edition of the home cooking book on Amazon and 21 Frames.